Hello and welcome to Tech It Out. I'm Miraj, coming to you from the Taiwan Expo 2025 in New Delhi. For a tech geek, there is absolutely no better way to spend the day than to look at emerging technologies and products that are prototypes and haven't yet made it to the market. It's all very cutting-edge stuff, but the stories that we have for you in this episode cut a little deeper. We're looking at all the uncertainty surrounding the H-1B visas. We're looking at the troubling implications of artificial intelligence and social media and the role that these play in children's lives. We're also wondering why Germany has doctors prescribing healthcare apps all of a sudden, with insurance companies picking up the tab. All of that and more, so stay tuned. The H-1B visa, now for decades, has been the golden ticket for Indian engineers, programmers and coders chasing the American dream. But after last week, the system is strained, the political rhetoric is sharper, and the ripples extend far beyond Silicon Valley or India. It's not just about who gets to go to the US, it's about how the global tech workforce is being reshaped.
On September 19, 2025, American President Donald Trump introduced a dramatic change to US immigration policy that sent shockwaves through the global tech industry. The White House announced that starting September 21, a $100,000 fee would be charged for all H-1B visa applications.
One of the most abused visa systems in our current immigration system has been the H-1B non-immigrant visa program. This is supposed to allow highly skilled laborers who work in fields that Americans don't work in to come into the United States of America.
We need workers, we need great workers, and this pretty much ensures that that's what's going to happen.
The sudden announcement left many wondering how the change will be applied and enforced. Before we dive deep into what the new fee is all about and how it will affect the common man, let us first understand what an H-1B visa is. Introduced in 1990, the H-1B visa program was designed to plug critical skill gaps in the US workforce. Its purpose was to allow American companies, especially in tech, consulting and finance, to hire highly skilled talent from abroad, especially those with advanced academic degrees. Until now, the H-1B visa application window would open in March, followed by a lottery in April. The program allocated 65,000 visas plus an additional 20,000 that were reserved for US master's graduates. This year, more than 470,000 applications were filed. Approved workers were set to begin employment on October the 1st. The H-1B visa is temporary and capped at 6 years. But if a company sponsors an employee's green card application, that timeline can stretch indefinitely, effectively turning a temporary work visa into a pathway to permanent residency. But all this is about to change. The White House has unveiled a proposal to rewrite the rules for how these visas are issued. The Trump administration wants to move away from the random lottery system. Instead, under a new proposal, applications would be ranked on skill levels and compensation. As the system exists right now, any qualified candidate has an equal chance in the lottery. But the revised system would give an edge to foreign workers with higher salaries and more specialized qualifications. Should the proposal be implemented, H-1B registrations will be ranked by wage level. Level 1 workers could get just 1 entry, while someone in the wage level 4 category could get 4 entries. That effectively means that someone with a higher pay package would have a higher chance of landing a visa.
The level of employers that rely on the innovation of the H-1B is much broader than the tech companies. So, you're talking about hospitals, universities, rural doctors and dentists, renewable energy, oil and gas, manufacturing, engineering, the clergy, finance, infrastructure, architecture, lawyers, CPAs, transportation. Yes, of course, big tech companies and tech workers are also going to be impacted, but the ones that are really going to be impacted by this are the ones that can't pay this innovation tax, the ones that are small businesses and nonprofits that need those critical workers just as much as the big companies, but they can't afford them.
Amidst much confusion and hysteria, on 21st September, the White House issued a clarification saying that the $100,000 fee is not annual but a one-time payment. White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt took to social media X to announce that the revised H-1B fee applies only to new applicants.
Few people have the kind of deep pockets that pay $100,000 for an employee that may be here 2-3 years, maybe 4, who knows. But it's a one-time expense that a lot of small companies, startups, and nonprofits they don't have those kind of deep pockets. It's not designed to help them. It's designed to give a leg up to some larger corporations. And it's also designed to send a message on immigration, and that Trump is trying to crack down and try and promote more Americans for these jobs.
No more will these big tech companies or other...
The administration has argued that the new fee will curb system abuse by outsourcing firms, raise wages, and protect American jobs. Critics, however, warn it risks stifling innovation, slowing recruitment, and triggering legal challenges over executive authority. Many governments have raised concerns that the high fee could discourage companies from sponsoring new workers, reduce opportunities for skilled foreign employees, and make US tech jobs even more competitive worldwide. India is one such country. According to US government data, in 2024, India was the largest beneficiary of H-1B visas, accounting for 72.6% of all approved applicants. China was a distant second at 12.5%. Also impacted by the sudden fee hike are Indian students who worried that rising visa costs could put US opportunities out of reach, dimming their American dream.
Of course, shatter the dreams of Indians.
I used to think a student loan would be enough to go to the United States and eventually work there, but I now think that I'll have to strengthen my finances further to go there.
The students who cannot afford such high expenses will not be able to go there and miss out on certain opportunities.
But there's yet another twist to the story. While some countries are criticizing the hike, others are looking to capitalize. South Korea is aiming to take advantage of tougher US immigration policy to lure foreign scientists and engineers, boosting their domestic industry and reversing an exodus of talent. In the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is weighing plans to waive certain visa fees to lure top global talent. Meanwhile, China is preparing to launch a new visa category to attract skilled workers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. As this policy takes effect, the real challenge for Washington will be balancing domestic job protection with the global demand that exists for opportunities in the United States. For Indian students and professionals, the future of the American dream is uncertain. For the United States, the path forward could define its standing in innovation, investment, and global leadership.
Now, the internet was never a safe playground for children, but you add AI into the mix and it's like childhood itself is under siege. You've got manipulative chatbots, you've got rabbit holes, you've got hyper-personalized feeds. Now, governments are scrambling, parents are worried, and the question is this: how do you raise a child in a world in which an algorithm might know your child better than you?
The sheer volume of information that children today have to navigate through is confounding. They immerse themselves in the gaming universe, are targeted by algorithms on social media, express themselves on discussion boards, and are influenced by others in online chat rooms and communities. Parents often have little inkling of what their children are experiencing online, the content they are consuming, and how it's affecting their ideas and notions about the world.
My kids play games on their smartphones until bedtime. Sometimes when I go check on them at night, the smartphones are still running in the dark.
Isolated in a social media echo chamber, addicted to devices and turning to AI chatbots for life advice, children today navigate a complex route to adulthood. Those who can control the flow of information, technology companies, have done little to inspire faith. Meta, the parent company of Facebook, has frequently faced charges of not doing enough to protect underage users from inappropriate content. Recently, a whistleblower testified and gave proof to the US Senate that Meta downplayed and even suppressed internal studies on how its virtual reality products and chatbots impact children.
Meta cannot be trusted to tell the truth about the safety or use of its products. Meta says it doesn't have a record of the large number of underage children using VR. This is because it has purposefully avoided gathering that data.
The safety research included cases of 10-year-olds targeted with sexual advances.
Did Meta require researchers to delete data that showed harm to kids that was occurring on its platforms?
Yes.
OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, is also facing intense scrutiny in the United States, where 3 parents whose children died or were hospitalized after interacting with AI chatbots testified before the Senate, calling for stricter regulations. In response, OpenAI is rolling out a teen-safe version of ChatGPT featuring age prediction technology, parental account linking, blackout hours, and alerts if a child appears to be in distress. It's not just extreme cases like these, but the insidious slow drip of overexposure, over-sexualization, unrealistic body standards, misogyny, and violence that can cause lasting harm to children.
I think parents can feel quite disempowered by how different the online world is now to their own experience, and what their children are experiencing is radically different from what, even someone of my generation in my mid-30s experienced when I was a child.
So what can parents do? It's a tough question. One route is to invest in guardrails that restrict internet access and keep parents in the loop about what their children are consuming online. There are a number of AI filters out there that can help parents keep tabs. One such app is Sway.ly. That doesn't block apps or lock phones, but scans what children see on social media platforms. It flags harmful content like over-sexualization, toxicity, misogyny, and violence, and sends live alerts to parents.
It's AI powered, and what it does is it helps families take control of social media and make it healthier and safer for them. We have 36 different filters that we identify, and then we alert and we do tips and tricks in terms of how to deal with this type of content and how to try and remove it from your own feeds. So you can start to choose what is it that you're being exposed to, what is the quality of the information that you're receiving.
Governments are also taking action. Australia took the unprecedented step to ban social media for under 16s. The law goes into effect in December this year.
There is no excuse for non-compliance. Platforms must take reasonable steps to detect and deactivate underage accounts, to prevent re-registration or circumvention, and to provide an accessible complaints process for their users.
It's an extraordinary initiative and promises to be effective. When your peers aren't on social media, then you're unlikely to go there either. In Canada, a privacy watchdog has found that TikTok's efforts to keep children off the platform and protect their data are inadequate. According to its findings, hundreds of thousands of children in the country use TikTok each year, despite the firm saying it is not intended for people under the age of 13. The watchdog said TikTok has agreed to strengthen underage safeguards and privacy practices, but regulators warn more is needed. From AI apps to chatbots to social media, there's an uncontrollable profusion of digital content. The leaps in the tech that distributes it have far outraced any due diligence on its potential impact on young minds. Children study on devices these days. The internet is the first repository of information they turn to. How do you go about placing checks on this flow? Chatbots have been shown to be fallible, but the exponential rate at which they are evolving, it's likely that it will be AI, not humans, who will be able to create a safe space for children in the digital landscape.
Now, we've all got used to using Fitbits and our smartphones for tracking our health statistics, whether it is the number of steps we've taken or something more complex like our blood oxygen levels. There appears to be an app for everything. But in Germany, they're taking things a step further. Doctors are prescribing medically approved apps and insurers are picking up the tab.
We're all used to using Fitbits and health trackers on our smartphones. From simple reading like counting steps and monitoring activity levels to more complex measurements like blood pressure and blood oxygen levels, phones and other wearables have become quite good at keeping tabs on and measuring biological health markers. With the advent of AI, even mental health has come into the ambit of what devices can monitor. Technology has turned healthcare into something you can carry in your pocket. In Germany, this has become more than a trend, with a slew of advanced paid apps in the market that are legally prescribed by doctors and covered by health insurers. Germans are showing the way on how a device like the smartphone can be leveraged to monitor and provide real-time data on people's health.
I prescribe them very frequently now. I would say almost daily, mainly for psychological disorders. I know that there are also some for other pathologies, but mainly for panic disorders, depression, stress, and sleep disorders.
Patients use healthcare apps to track symptoms, log daily habits, receive personalized wellness tips, and even consult professionals online. The uptake has been significant. According to Germany's Digital Healthcare Sector Association, in the last 5 years since the program began in 2020, over 1 million prescriptions have been written and nearly 60% of doctors in Germany have prescribed at least one application. However, these digital tools often come with a hefty price tag. A 3-month subscription for a typical health app in Germany costs around $705, which isn't affordable for everyone. Luckily, German health insurers are stepping in, covering 56 different programs to make them more affordable. Since 2020, German insurers have paid out over $276 million to cover these subscriptions, making apps more affordable for patients while encouraging their widespread use. For many patients, these apps can be life-changing. Mona No, a 30-year-old civil servant in Western Germany, is one such example. Struggling with irritable bowel syndrome, No had long tried to manage her diet and symptoms on her own with the use of an application called Cara Care. The application allows her to log meals, track symptoms, and receive personalized wellness tips. Doctors in Germany note that digital health apps are especially valuable for mental health care. They are available 24/7 with continuous access to care, which is particularly useful for patients waiting for therapy appointments. These apps offer features such as mood tracking, meditation exercises, motivational reminders, and online consultations, allowing patients to access support continuously, even outside traditional clinical settings.
Das war auch mit einer der Gründe, weshalb ich die App genutzt habe, weil ich
That was also one of the reasons why I used the app, because I simply thought I didn't know what I was doing wrong anymore. And then I realized that my symptoms were gradually improving. It also helped me to eat regularly, because when you write down your meals, you have a different relationship with regularity and portion sizes, because I often took photos of them and uploaded them.
Fotos davon gemacht habe und die Fotos hochgeladen habe.
With technology continuing to evolve, digital health apps are likely to play an even bigger role in the future, helping patients manage conditions, stay informed, and take control of their health anytime, anywhere.
And that's all that we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. It's been a great afternoon. We walked around. Now, we all knew that Taiwan makes some of the most advanced semiconductor chips in the world, but it also makes drones, it makes some fantastic ramen, it even makes FIFA merchandise. That's my cue. Keep watching WION, like us on social media, follow us on YouTube, and to all our viewers in India, Shubha Pujo. This is Miraj signing out. Bye-bye.